Hi. Okay.
Are we in it?
Yeah, we're in it. We're good now.
Welcome to a very low energy after V1.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Jesus
We
fucking
are
Christ. Lord Jesus Christ, help me. That
we are
was so
tired.
bad.
That was
In like
fucking
a good way, almost,
yes. I
kind
had a
of.
lot of fun.
It's not, it
Well,
wasn't.
I had fun. I had fun.
I did. I don't know if
I
I.
had a
I don't.
actually. Fun is a strong word. I enjoyed it.
Did you?
That was no,
No,
actually,
no, that's not it either.
no, no. Optimus, do you want to see something funny?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Um, I understand that emotion now. Um,
Do you think you're fucking funny, Emma?
You think you're fucking. I mean, yeah, no, Rob. Okay, no, I'm not. We're not getting into all that.
What
I
a.
don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. We're not getting into all that right away. I do agree with what you're saying,
I
though.
don't. Fuck off.
Sort of, Rob. I agree insofar as Olteka is, in fact, the only villain uh, with any substance because they wrote him that really out of place, like traumatized child backstory right before they killed
I
him.
don't give a fuck. Olteka,
I don't give a
Olteka's
fuck.
Olteka would have overstayed his welcome if he hadn't left anyway. He was
Yes, if
overstaying
they
his welcome when he
at that
died.
point. Yes, they get use out of their villains.
They
I'll
run
tell
the
you.
gambit with these motherfuckers.
It was
Um,
amazing they made gift talk just so we could understand what the fuck his plan was. Which, I mean, I'll give them credit. You don't have to do that. That's more than they could have done.
they
They
could have
didn't
just
do that in
not.
Fies. The King
Fies,
Orphanok never said
the
shit.
King Orphanok didn't have. There was nothing there.
It
Stop
was
talking about
exactly.
Fies.
Sorry, that's the best comparison though, because that's like the longest I've ever seen a villain go without saying anything. I thought GIF was just gonna do that. Uh,
That was one of
wow.
the worst enjoy like it wasn't like I'm having a struggling. I feel like
I'm
it's too. I
I'm.
feel like it's too mean to be like that was one of the worst episodes I've ever seen.
It was that was a study in contrasts. Let's say, huh?
Yeah, it like, but in
There were
terms,
highs and
no,
lows.
it really was because that episode was the payoff of what feels like 20 episodes of this show.
As most of the show's thing has
Like,
been
when
about
did
Daiji.
Kamen Rider Evil die?
Well, it's the Holy Live debut and Olteka was still
Yeah,
there, and I
when.
recall hearing he died in episode 28, so like
Let's see,
26.
Kamen Rider 26.
26,
So
Rob tells me.
almost 20, literally almost 20 episodes, 18 episodes of this shit of Daiji's arc. Uh, of after Kagero. Let's even be like a little nicer about it. Like, the Daiji shit didn't really start until like I don't know,
After Olteka died.
like 30, let's say,
Yeah, let's say 30, so it's been like
or let's say
15 episodes.
I don't know.
Which,
It's been at least 10 episodes. It's been a
yeah,
long fucking time.
months.
It's been a
Months.
long fucking time since we started getting this inclinations of Daiji not quite be like of Daiji being important like this.
Having something wrong with him.
Right. And the payoff of that and the finale, the finally we're done with it, and it was just what him and Hiromi had a really shittily choreographed fight, and then for no particular reason whatsoever he finally got through to him. I don't like, what did he say? Your dad
What
your
changed? Yeah.
dad is trying to, like, your dad did that thing 2 weeks ago to show you that you don't have to be a fucking fascist. That's not true. That's not what Daiji is. But like,
No.
you don't have to be a
Boot boy.
dickhead. Like, you don't have to be a boot boy. But like Sakura said that to him 2 weeks ago.
We've been saying that to him for like at least 2 months.
Nobody said anything to him that was any different than any of the shit that Iki and Sakura have been saying to him since they realized that he was a problem. he was about to go back to family before he interrupted. You
He
have a
was.
very generous.
It was heavily implied that after Genta said all that to him, he was going to go through with actually being normal.
Yeah, well, if he was
And then we
if he was
stalled it out
so
for another
ready,
couple of weeks.
if he was so ready to be normal, he probably wouldn't have taken the first opportunity, to fucking ally himself with the destroyer of mankind.
He was very keen for that, and then tried it twice. Oh,
Anyway,
man,
the point is that all of that build up and all of that shit with the character, and the thing is that it could have been saved if just they did what we all thought they were going to do and have Kagero come out and talk him down.
Yeah.
But it really does. That didn't happen until after he was already talked down. He was talked down, and then Kagero finally came out and was like, "Hey, by the way, I've been here the whole time."
Awesome.
And I still have no grasp on what Kagero does. He want what's best for Daiji or not? The reason that he let Daiji kill him, well, let is the strong word. The reason that he was okay with losing to Daiji, all the way back in episode 26, seemed like it was because he genuinely wanted the best for Daiji, right?
Yeah.
He let him when he lost and Daiji got power, which seemed to be what he wanted. Which seemed to be Kagero was okay with that. He wasn't resentful about it.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that was very out of left field itself, because Kagero fucked off out of the show for quite a while.
The only
before
time
that, save for showing up in mirrors every now and then.
Well, Kagero only came into episodes when they wanted him to be funny.
Yes, he was just fucking.
He literally was comic relief until that arc.
Until then,
and now he has to kill him.
It's like, by the way, the demons are getting stronger, and then he comes out and is like, right, one of us has to die right now.
Yeah, right. But so I don't know if he wanted Daiji. I don't know what his goal is here. I don't understand Kagero as a character. He came back out and gave Daiji the power that he needed when he wanted to. When he wanted to be good again. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Talking through it doesn't make it make sense to me. And also, I saw somebody chat say that this wasn't something that they had planned, that Kagero wasn't supposed to come back, and then they realized that was ancillary to the point of the show. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. It's but then all of that, right? All of that for what? And then he says, "Oops, sorry," and everyone's like, "It's fine.
It's fine."
I mean, I guess you can't expect much else from shows like this. I mean, it is Kamen Rider, but I don't know. He did a lot of bad things, oops.
He did a lot of material damage in the last few weeks of stuff. Again, like you were saying, with if this had just happened a little bit earlier.
Yeah, if this had happened earlier, it would have been fine. I lost my train of thought because I accidentally got shit fucked up. It would have been fine, but it was dragged out for so long that it just doesn't feel like that was a satisfactory conclusion to the arc.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot.
It's also, just oh, you're fine now.
Yeah. With all the other bullshit that happened in that episode as well.
Yeah.
George's dad.
What's the point of that?
Why
didn't he just die when he fell over dead back then? He had that scene with George that was nice, you surpassed me.
That was fine, yeah.
I love you, son, kind of shit, and then he would just fall over dead. But no, they had to have him stick around long enough for him to reveal that he put a fucking demon in a child that made him fucking evil.
That was it.
And
that was
after he said that, fucking people are still trying to tell George he needs to be there for his father in his last moments. Are you fucking insane? I'm getting like actually mad about this, but that's crazy, right?
It's kind of fucked.
Hana busting into his office and being like, "Your father's dying, and you need to be there for him in his last moments." Girl, he made me evil.
Yeah, he put a demon in me.
He put a demon in me and made me evil. Like, people's blood are on my hands. Like, I killed people. I don't know if George actually killed anybody, but like,
he was directly involved in stuff that got people killed, knowingly.
He got people killed. He almost got Hiromi killed. He ruined the lives of quite a few people.
Yeah.
Like, how do you grapple with it? Like, it doesn't matter because
they, for real, wrote that in for that. Just made it worse. They should not have said anything. Hold on a second. Voss wants to say hi.
Hi, Voss.
Hi, Vee. Hi, I love you.
Hi.
Put my cat on the mic.
Put my cat on the mic.
Wow.
Masumi gave her. Yeah, it's insane. This show is so not good.
Remember when we pointed out when she said about that that she literally wouldn't have been in a cult in the first place if it weren't for what he did?
Yeah, technically that's not true. The cult already existed. Like, he directly contributed a lot of things that were wrong with her life.
He is specifically responsible. It probably would have happened in some form anyway.
Yeah.
But like,
he didn't help.
It was his action that made it, like, he exacerbated the issue.
Ruined
her
whole life. About how he gave me a home and weekend or whatever. Like, what about fucking homeboy with the glasses? What about Ninja Dad? Did he do nothing for you? Talking about how he gave me a fucking home. What about fucking Sakura? You'd be fucking dead without her.
You would.
Anyway, I think George will get his own use in when he gets a demon's form. No, I don't. Oh, you're saying no? You're not asking if I think. You're saying you think. Me. I didn't mean to be like, no, you're stupid, because I thought you were asking. I'm not sure if that will happen. Honestly, I don't think George is acting can carry him that far.
No, I think they have really deprioritized George insanely for the fact that
he can't act.
For the fact that they rewrote him to make him, more be in the show more. He hasn't been in the show more.
It's such a. I don't really want to blame anybody, but I will because I don't care. I don't know, like, it's just sloppy, man. It's just sloppy.
It is.
Is Revice super popular? I really can't imagine anybody particularly enjoying this very much.
No, I think this is. It's weird. It's hard to get a grip on. I don't really understand what it's going for.
I think what it's going for is sheer damage control at this point. They're just trying to make the show end.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I was gonna say, like, when we're like, well, what changed? Like, why did Hiromi talk in Daiji Dan work when he didn't say anything different?
Because we haven't more time for this.
Because it was literally like, we need to end this shit now.
Yeah.
He has to be talked around this time because we just don't have time.
We've got to do.
But like,
whatever else.
Brother in Christ,
my Donbrother in Christ. This show is a roller coaster, but like a roller coaster that you don't
made it go on this long.
It's like It's like a shitty wooden roller coaster. The episode would have been a 10 out of 10 if Masumi Hikaru and Hiromi all died.
Oh my god, Hikaru is in critical condition, isn't he? That's fucking awesome.
I literally think that he's out. Like,
that was it.
Over Demons is out. He's done. Like, he's gone.
He's wrapped.
Last week was his.
That was his moment.
His big moment. So I don't think the character is wrapped. He'll be in like the end or whatever. But I think Over Demons is wrapped. I think we're not seeing that anymore. Yeah, after Thunder Gay Ass, it really went.
That really was a turning point. which
more like a drop point, like a sheer cliff face.
fuck.
Apparently, in retrospect,
it wasn't really obvious at the time, but we did like it. Looking back now, it's like shit went weird after that, and it just like Thunder Gale never ended up being anything.
Thunder
either.
gay ass. I mean, it was the same amount of nothing that Volcano was, or the bike, or
man, remember the remixes?
Nope,
they never happened.
that
was literally a different show.
Mogura. Oh yeah, Jack Revice was not much. Jack Revice is maybe the only one that actually mattered, kind of, a little bit.
Yeah, that actually had like some consequence across multiple episodes in varying forms.
Also,
and then,
does everybody remember that Thunder Gay Ass is supposed to be a fusion form?
Yeah,
it's not just Iki, it's not just Iki in there. It's Spice in there too. Allegedly.
Compounded like eyes. Looks fucking stupid when you think about it like that.
But at least Jack Revice gave us Crimson Veil.
Crimson Veil, yeah, playing the long game.
Playing the long game on that.
The fucking long game.
I know I
said it.
Go ahead.
I know I said it earlier, but I want to get this down for people who just watch this part. It is so fucking funny. I saw someone say earlier it's because he has like a career outside this that Genta keeps disappearing out of the show for such long stretches. But the fact that he got possessed by Veil, turned into Kamen Rider Veil, showed up and did a fight literally once.
And then left.
And then that suit was relegated to a spin-off.
Yep.
And then we've never ever seen it ever again. And then he came back finally
with a new suit.
And he got a new driver and a new stamp, and he transformed into a new Kamen Rider
once.
And he's had one fight, and he's like, I gotta go again.
Where did he go? What happened to him?
I don't know. He's off working shit out with Veil, I guess. But like, it's literally like it was I assume it was them just saying, yeah, I've got to go recover or something because I have other shit to be in.
It's crazy the way that they would hire.
He's really good.
An actor. I mean, he's a really good actor.
It's such a shame.
It's such a shame, but it's crazy that they would hire people for this family-themed Kamen Rider show and then not have them able to report for fucking filming.
It's kind of nuts.
He's got to start filming the movie. You say that like every other actor in the show isn't also in that movie.
Yeah.
Like... Especially noticeable that the mom was there.
The big family reunion.
And the dad's not there. Even though it's supposedly his actions that caused this.
The way we had to have Hiromi come in and act like a fucking father figure because Genta couldn't be around for it. I know these things happen. It's
just
the reality of
Kamen Rider.
Of
acting.
Yeah, but like, I feel as if there's maybe a better way to do it than what we've been doing here.
He is the movie writer, but I don't think he's going to have significantly more scenes than anybody else.
Oh, no. Oh yeah, that's right. I genuinely forgot about the whole Vice possessing Iki thing, and they did the ADR like not that great, and it was a bit distracting.
Very bad.
Yeah, and then and Genta for real he just nailed it in every single scene, and even managed to act actually kind of intimidating. He's so good, and he's never in the show. It's such a shame.
He's a veteran actor or something.
It's like he's a veteran actor, and we don't get to have him.
We don't get people with good acting skills in Kamen Rider. That's not what it's for.
We certainly don't in Revice.
It's for young, pretty boys, and that's it. And George.
Not to be unkind.
I mean, not to be unkind.
So I'm not going to say anything else.
A lot of these guys are.
It's
young, pretty boys who've never acted before.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of them get better or at least serviceable over time.
Yeah,
but some of them don't.
Some of them.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the worst I've ever seen.
No, I shouldn't make fun of that guy so much. No, he actually improved his acting lot post Geo.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. I think he did. Well, no, he didn't do the best anyone could have done with the material, but he did the best he could do.
He did the best he could do. He was fantastic in Para Hero. I can't remember what that shit's called ever, but that show he did fantastic. I haven't finished it yet, but he did fantastic in what I've seen of it. Like, he really owned the role. He's a good actor when they give him shit that's not insane.
Yeah, exactly. Iki's actor became an actor in 2020 for the sole reason of being a Kamen Rider.
King. I mean, good for him. You know what?
Hero.
Good for him, right?
Good for him, but good for him. I do kind of feel bad for him in that case.
I mean,
because I don't think Iki.
This show.
Yes, I don't think Iki is going to necessarily be the legacy that I would want to have if I got into acting just to be a Kamen Rider.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think Iki's going to have much of a legacy.
At all.
Iki
has to be the most nothing main character we've ever had.
It's kind of shocking.
In this franchise, ever.
Actually,
I can't think of a single main writer who has been as much of just, not even the acting, I'm talking about like character-wise.
Yeah.
He's complete nothing. Nothing about Iki is memorable. Nothing. There's no like Toma. He was fine.
Yeah, no, Toma's he's not, the most convincing.
He's not setting me on fire or anything, but Toma had memorable parts.
He was a
novelist. He was a novelist. He kept his promises.
There you go.
He was a little promise boy.
Yeah, he was a little promise boy. That's it. That's all you need. What the fuck does Iki have? Nothing. He used to play soccer.
He
works in a bathhouse.
Apparently,
he's a busybody. Allegedly. Fucking heavily emphasized. Allegedly.
He's a real dickhead. Allegedly.
Yeah, apparently he's a real nosy kind of guy.
Naruto said the same thing every episode.
Oh man, you know what's funny? Actually, I genuinely forgot about Naruto.
Come on.
No, for real, he was not in my mind when I was
I wasn't thinking about him either, but I don't.
No.
I don't
dislike. No, that's
he's not unmemorable to me.
No, he had his stuff. He had his stuff.
He was interesting.
No, that's a me thing, like just not committing 01 to memory.
Thank God.
On purpose. Yeah, that's a conscious effort, but I had genuinely forgotten to consider Naruto in the
Nothing about Iki is memorable, and I do think that he will go down as the least interesting protagonist in the whole entire franchise. Which doesn't automatically make Revice the worst show of the franchise.
No,
it certainly doesn't. Worse but it does make Iki probably the worst protagonist. I mean, Vice will be more memorable than Iki was.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I guess maybe is what they wanted in the end.
Maybe. I don't know how much of any of what's going on here was even remotely intentional.
I mean, obviously they set up Vice to be like...
Oh yeah, they're always chasing that
nice Vice.
Imagine high.
# nice Vice.
Yeah, he's new generation Momo.
Yeah.
Was the idea, I assume having him be like that, but...
I assume that Vice will show up repeatedly in the next 10 years, and probably Iki will come along with him until we stop. Well, I was gonna say until we stop being able to afford him, but that was like a Takara Sato situation. Sloppiest? Yo, they got sloppy in Revice.
For real? I think I'd remember.
Nice Vice. He hasn't done that in a while.
He hasn't done that in a while. You know what? I kind of wish he would.
Die?
As well. The thing is, this is what we're talking about. I do find Vice to be more interesting.
Vice is more interesting.
Yeah, because he's actually got shit to do.
Shit to do.
He's got shit to do next episode.
No,
He's
he
gonna turn
doesn't.
evil, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does have shit to do next episode. Fuck.
He has shit to do next episode.
Yeah,
Iki doesn't.
I got shit to do.
Iki's the one sitting at a desk banging his head on invisible glass.
I got shit to do like next episode.
He's the one not saying anything in that sketch.
We were really spoiled.
Yeah.
We were spoiled by the acting in Build.
As with all things, Build set the bar monstrously high, apparently.
Apparently.
Like,
I mean, everybody in that show either already had a strong background career or is going on to be in numerous extraordinarily successful BL projects.
yeah, of all things.
I mean, where do you go? Where do you go for Build? Literally BL.
I mean, you know what? The thing is, Build is probably a really good show reel for how good you
can act with other men.
Yeah.
Is it a fucking coincidence that both main leads from Kamen Rider Build, the next project they both surfaced in, were high-profile, extremely successful boys' love shit? It's not.
It's not. You know the casting people for BL stuff were looking at that like, oh.
Oh, they were, as soon as that shit ended, they were like, we need these boys now.
Get them on the phone immediately.
I think Grease was in one recently, wasn't he?
He was. My
man is like 45 years old.
It's fucking awesome.
Awesome.
We're one man short of having the whole fucking gang
when is Rogue gonna be up in that shit?
When is he gonna do it? He has to. The pressure's on.
When are we gonna get Stark in there? Either the voice actor or the actual guy. I'll take either one.
Either one. Just I was thinking just in the suit still.
Yeah.
Actual Stark.
Biggest issue with Vice is that he's had one character arc and they've done it 3 times. I mean, that's definitely fair. They have basically done the Vice is bad because he's a demon, but he's not bad because
no, because he's a
good demon.
Rogue semi-retired.
Focus on modeling. Okay, King. When's he gonna do BL modeling?
There you go. Yeah.
He is a good-looking man.
He is, though.
He is quite a good-looking man.
I was so sad when he shaved off the beard and moustache for the last New World movie.
Didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but if it had, I would have been sad because
that movie didn't come out.
It never happened.
Yeah, Iki and Vice did have to learn to trust each other 3 times. I think the problem with all those arcs was it was really just Iki had to learn to trust Vice, and the reveal was just that Vice was never bad. It wasn't like Iki had to learn to trust Vice and Vice had to learn to want to be a hero. It was just, Vice has been a good, Vice was never evil. He's just whatever, even though he tried to eat people.
I was going to say, by the way, you don't remember the part. Audience, you don't remember the part where he tried to eat Iki's mom. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. He was always nice. Nice Vice.
Nice Vice.
He was always #nice Vice. He was never a problem. They could have let him out the whole time. I can't stop thinking about the bit. I don't know what it is, but where the thing Sento's actor is in at the minute, where he where his character is, it's just stuck in my head. I have to say it. Where I think the detective thing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, where he turns around, he's he literally makes a reference to Cherry Magic. To another guy, he's like, "Did you know you get magic powers if you're still a virgin when you turn 30?" I saw it on TV, and then the translators note it's reference to Cherry Magic. Fuck off.
Funny guy.
For real.
Isn't the one that he's in, the BL that he's in, is the one where he's like, I live in fucking Yaoi world? Or whatever?
I think.
Is that the one that he's in where he's like...
He's actually been in quite a lot of stuff.
Where he's self-aware that he's in a fucking BL?
Yeah, I think. It is. I think that is just a general myth, but the fact he was I saw it on TV is specifically him being
I was watching. It was the point in time in which Cherry Magic was on TV.
Well, after it was huge, yeah. It was I saw it on TV. I was watching PL in my downtime.
Will we do Futo PI? That's a good question. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to it unless
unless it's bad.
The thing about
Unless the talk
Futopi
coming
is
out.
the thing about Futopi is that I read the manga. I read the first couple like chapters of the manga, and I didn't like it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, I was certainly willing to give it a chance. The thing about
yeah,
this block is that if we keep saying yes to everything, now we're watching Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, and then we're also watching fucking Ultraman Deckhead, and then we're
yeah.
watching Futopi, and then it takes this
Watching,
stream is 9 hours long every
yeah,
fucking week.
every single week.
I don't know. I've thought about I've been watching Dicker, and I'm not exactly considering adding it to the thing because I feel like there's not enough really
At the minute,
to
yeah, we
talk
wouldn't have had
about.
much to say.
We'd
Yeah,
watch Dicker and it'd be like, well, it isn't bad, but it hasn't
yeah,
really done anything spectacular.
probably would be it.
Um, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait on Futopi because I don't want to be like 6 episodes behind and like.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't catch up, or I would watch it on my own time, but I don't want to start halfway through. I don't know. We'll see. We started halfway through with Revice.
did we? Yeah, we did.
Revice is the only Kamen Rider we've ever watched on this fucking show.
That's true. When I said earlier, about the shows we watched, it's like, oh yeah, we have actually only watched this and Zenkaija and Donbrothers.
It's been so long.
Rob,
Holding off on Dicker, you're not missing
I know
anything.
You're not missing anything, but I will say that Rob, the thing you're doing where you're watching, where you're watching new gen stuff in order, I get it. I do understand why you're doing that. It does make me slightly insane.
Okay, I mean,
it's better than Trigger, but that really isn't saying.
No, I feel like Rob will actually find something to like about Trigger somehow.
I'm sure. Well, Rob likes everything.
Rob likes everything except Revice.
Almost everything. Yeah. I don't. I guess. I don't know. I guess because you. Well, yeah, because you've actually found like. I don't know. I feel like because it's fine now because the show's airing at like whatever, and you're enjoying Tiger, so it's fine. But like when you were doing that while Zed was coming out, it was like, why? Why are you doing this? You're missing out on a perfectly good show.
Getting left behind.
For nothing.
For nothing.
Because at the time, for nothing. But I guess if you're enjoying Tiger, it's fine. And then Zed's after that. And then Trigger. Which...
No, the thing
there's things to enjoy in Trigger. It's very mid. It's very mid. It's the most mid.
The thing about Decker...
No, I get
the thing about Decker, like people, I feel like you've heard good things about Decker. I've heard I don't want to, and I'm not even talking about anybody here because I see this stuff on Twitter, but I don't want to be an asshole, but I feel like people are overreacting to Decker being mid. Nothing in the first 2 episodes. I mean, I'm not a super seasoned veteran of Ultraman, but I've got a decent amount of seasons under my belt at this point. And nothing that Decker is doing right now is particularly anything. I mean, the only two episodes are out, so it's too early for me to say it's good or bad. And likewise, I think it's too early for people to be like, "Wow, Decker's amazing," because it's
not.
Just the most bog standard Ultraman shit I've ever seen, and not even necessarily in a bad way.
No, it's
just I'm watching Ginga S for just how normie basic it is. There's no twist or anything. And I'm not saying it needs one, but I feel like I see people on Twitter who are like, "Oh my god, Decker's incredible! It's so good!" And I don't know if they're trying to get clout or something, or if they just have never seen Ultraman before, or their only experience is Trigger, or something.
Yeah, I think if you did literally start watching with
if you
Trigger,
started with Trigger, I think that you would find Decker to be really good, I guess.
The first couple episodes of Decker are far and away better than the first couple episodes of Trigger. Easily.
Trigger had a rough start. Even though it did get better. Trigger had a rough start. But I don't know, I feel like people are going I feel like people are going ape shit on like Decker being mid right now. Like it's not like I don't mean mid like
not bad,
negatively,
yeah.
but like it's
No.
a solid
It's very normal.
It's a solid 7 out of 10 for me right now, just
Yeah.
based on what we've seen. Like it's literally bog standard Ultraman. Like it's literally bog standard like Neo Heisei Ultraman shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's literally just like I'm watching Ginga S. There's
Yeah, like,
characters. They all have very distinct archetypes. You know, there's the girl. No, sorry, that's the punchline. There's the hot-headed hero character who doesn't really follow the rules, but always makes it through because he's the hero guy. There's the fucking by the book hothead. There's the captain. He wears glasses. There's the girl, and there's another girl, I guess, and also there's a robot.
And there's a robot. I'll tell you what though, both the girls in this have immediately got more actual like presence than
There were women in Trigger?
There were. You wouldn't know.
There was that girl who Flowers always complained about who was like the secret ultra key or whatever.
Oh yeah. I think it was Yuna.
Yeah.
User yeah. Her she fucking sucks. Just awful. Horribly written. I feel bad for the actress because she was fine. She was completely fine.
The main Hurricane Juice.
Her character was like the most like kind of
female character as a plot device kind of thing.
Yeah, just horrible. Just really bad. I didn't like any of the characters in Trigger by the end because most of them weren't anything. Everyone else in Guts Select, the other woman who was the pilot of the Guts Falcon, Guts Hawk, whatever, was nothing ever. Her whole thing was she's like the cool kind of stone doesn't really give much away thing, and then as soon as she starts piloting the thing with a VR headset, she goes apeshit, and it's like that's her one bit, and they did it every episode. It was so boring so quickly. The other guy was the guy from Orb, the goofy guy.
Sure.
They had literally one thing. It was the most clearly defined archetype as one bit they do every time. From Jeed? Was he from Jeed?
Hold on.
The store manager from
right.
Jeed. Yeah.
Agumon, the Century VOD has been out for a couple weeks. The only problem with it is that there's some footage missing because of a human error on my part. But it's been up for a minute. If you look through the VOD channel, it should be in there. I think, unless I just like didn't post that. Let's see.
Also, Jackie, I do want to hear your theory about Gaia.
Oh yeah. Please tell me your theory. Okay, maybe I didn't actually post this. Hold on. Yeah, please tell me your theory about Gaia. About old generation, new generation.
Ultraman Gaia.
Ultraman Gayer.
What would you? He doesn't even have. He's not even a type changing guy. So what would they do?
Make up type changes.
Make up type changes. They've made up another form for Decker, which I've heard the sounds for because the thing with barcode scanning things is you can just hack them really easily.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I know I put the video out, but I can't fucking find it. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, here it is.
Did you know I've got a little ogle on my desk right now?
Ogle.
Cena sent them to me.
That's a fucking hex.
She was getting a set of Ultra stuff, and half of it was, I think, Mephiles and.
Oh, I guess it's on the
Ultraman.
It's probably on the dock. Oh yeah, it's probably on the dock. I don't know. I was so upset about spending all of my time listening on the dock. It's in the channel. I didn't put it on the doc. Like I didn't finish the work because I was so pissed about losing footage that I was just like, whatever, here it is, fuck off. I put it on like Tumblr, and I guess I didn't do any of the other stuff. Geyer.
I like. You know what? I want them to do that. I would love New Generation Argul,
To have a romance
even if it's
subplot.
even if it's just for even if it is just for a straight romance plot. I would really. I would really like that.
We could do. Yeah, we haven't done one of those since what, Orb?
Yeah.
This game is fucking Chivos. Okay, it has achievements.
Tabletop Simulator.
This game's got.
You can 100%.
Yo, bro, I got 100%.
Yeah, I got 100%.
Bro, I got all the Chivos. Do you know what game has achievements?
What game does have achievements?
Resident Evil 5.
Resident Evil 5. You know what?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, that's right. Was she Canadian? Gaia's Gaia's girlfriend.
Yep. I don't know if that was actually true, or if that was something Flowers made up.
It's so hard to say, actually. The thing is that so much of my understanding of Gaia is entirely from what Flowers has told us.
It's entirely true that Flowers was lying about everything in that show. We wouldn't even know.
She was. Yeah. I do remember that she was the voice of the V Commander. You can now say freeze it.
Freeze it.
Freeze compression. It is going to be so funny when they do New Generation Gaia.
It's not.
It's not, but it is. It's going to be funny because it isn't.
If it's not a movie, I'm going to cry.
If they actually make us watch New Generation Gaia,
New Generation Gaia is not just a Trigger Decker Gaia movie, I'm going to fucking scream at 3 years of completely, like, mind-bogglingly zero creative output from Supro.
Fucked up that they do this. I mean, it's gonna be so. What's who was next after Gaia? Was it Cosmos?
I don't know. What if they just redo everything?
Keep doing it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Zed really was the last hero because they're just gonna keep doing it.
Eventually, we'll get to Zed again.
Zedda. Oh fuck! It's gonna actually hurt me if they do New Generation Mabius ever.
That would be so bad.
I will be for real upset if they do New Generation.
By the way, after
I have skin in that game.
Actually, I'm sorry. Do you know what the actual next Ultraman after Gaia was? Because it wasn't Cosmos. That's right. It was Ultraman Neos.
Neos.
That's right. Neos. Ultraman New Neos.
Fuck. That's just. They should just do that, but have it be reboot.
Is it Hiromi screaming and crying image? You mean this one on the screen right now? Because I can drop that for you in the Discord if you need it. Hold on, let me get it.
Fuck. New Gen Neos. Fuck Neos. When they do New Generation Nexus and it flops again.
It flops again!
Ay.
Here
it is kind of fucked that we went from doing Zed, which was really good, into just remaking TDG for no reason.
Because
to no one's request.
It's not. No, I'm not saying that Nexus is bad, but I am saying it did flop.
It did flop. No, in fact, I like Nexus. I'm a big Nexus fan, but
huge fan.
But no, it failed. Is the thing. It did incredibly poorly.
Failed.
But mission failed. We'll
New Gen Max. And nobody will remember New Generation Max, just like nobody ever watched fucking Ultraman Max.
Except Rob.
Except for Rob.
I know Rob is a Max.
And me for like half of the season.
And the white guy who was in it.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He's
then
been
after
all
maybe
over
they'll do Ultra 7X again. I fucking beat you to it. I beat you to it by seconds.
Oh, so close.
And And
Does
then they'll
Ultra-
do, and then they'll do Ultra Q. Actually, after Cosmos, there's Ultra Q Dark Fantasy. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
No one knows what that is. Yeah, Nexus flopped because of the time slot, because they wanted to do something more adult, and were like, "Can we
But
please not
Fives
air it at
was
like
fine.
7 a.m.?"
They don't have the same legacy. You're importing to me that Gaia has a fucking legacy, and it doesn't.
Gaia has a legacy insofar as it is associated with Tiga by being part. The same reason Dinah has one. I know Dinah is more popular than Gaia, but
Look,
Gaia is the third man of that lineup for sure.
One season of Trigger for Tiga is one thing, but 3 consecutive years of fucking these hashed ass rebrands of older Ultraman titles is just, it screams of just like a complete lack of creative vision. Even if the shows are good. If the show is good, then it can stand on its own. It doesn't have to be called Ultraman Tiga 2.
I 100% do think they're gonna do New Generation Gaia. They are.
I don't want to accept it.
I know I don't want to accept it, but like they literally, they're not gonna do Tiga and Dinah and then skip Gaia. It's gonna be
a movie.
It's gonna be a show.
No,
they'll do a show.
No,
they'll do a show.
No.
They will. I don't want them to, but they will.
I don't want it. But it's a trilogy. The thing about Tiga, Dinah, Gaia is that Gaia isn't even related to Tiga and Dinah.
This is what I mean. Like, Dinah is at least textually a sequel to Tiga, but Gaia is its own thing that just came out next, and then Ultraman stopped again for a while, so he gets lumped in because they're part of that era.
It stopped for like a year, and then Neos came out.
Yeah.
If not even like a year. Like, Gaia stopped in 99 and Neos started in 2000. Like, it didn't even stop for a calendar year. Like, Tiga and Dinah are tangentially related, at least because we also got... There was also, like, the Odyssey movies or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I did... You know, they put one of those up on YouTube, and I watched it. And, on YouTube.
And how was that?
Well, it wasn't subtitled.
Nice.
Weirdly. But I don't think I was missing much, because, okay, Gaia gets pulled into the real world, which is always fun.
The TV world? He sees his ass on TV?
He goes into a shop and they have a bunch of Gaia merchandise.
I love that.
And the guy behind the counter is like, "Oh shit, can I get your autograph?" Which is always funny.
Always funny, actually.
And then at the end, Tiga and Dinah just show up.
Great.
And don't say anything.
Just like
fucking.
That's what Tiga always does. Is shows up and not says.
He doesn't. I mean, he can't say anything, can he? Actually. Yeah. It's so funny that Trigger didn't talk. There was no reason for that. He could have.
At least Decker talks, kind of.
Decker does talk. He did the please subscribe outro.
Oh, I didn't see that shit.
He does those. Yeah, because they did have Trigger doing them. But
what?
He would be there at the end with the subscribe button, and he would literally just go, yeah. And that was it. That was your compulsion to subscribe.
I can't believe I missed
Fucking awesome. It's literally the last thing in the video, so I just would always leave it running. But yeah, Decker does talk, and it was really surprising because I'm so used to that not happening that it genuinely like jarred me to hear a human voice coming out of an ultra suit.
I guess Kengo counts, right? Because he is Trigger.
He is Trigger, yeah. It was so funny when Haruki and Zed were there. It was like, "Oh, where's your guy?" And Zed was like, "No, I think he just is the guy.
He is the guy.
He is the Ultra." And Haruki was like, "What?
Oh, that's not how I learned this.
Do that? That's a thing that can happen.
It doesn't work."
I still don't kind of understand it. What the fuck was going on there?
He's him, but he's him from the him.
Yeah, from 30 million years in the past. When he Tiga said that.
Yeah, Tiga said that. When he
I followed the plot. I know what happened. I just don't really. I don't get it. I'm fine to not get it.
When he.
Ultraman King.
That's what King does.
When he.
Fucking Leo's like when he, and then like King comes down, he's like when he.
When he. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Ultraman. So good.
Ultraman's real good. Why do we talk about this every fucking time?
Every time. It's because Deca has just started, so we're still in the bit of like, do you think we're going to watch that here as well?
No.
No, probably not.
Probably not. That's what we started this conversation with, is I don't think there's enough. If the show suddenly starts developing like a real serious identity, not like serious, but like if it seriously starts developing its own identity and is something that I think that we have enough substance to talk about, then I'll reconsider. But as of right now,
reconsider.
I think that 2 shows is a good amount of shows. Is enough.
These streams not infrequently hit 4 hours long, which is enough time to be talking about 2 20-minute episodes.
When he... Every time you say he is Trigger, I'm just going to say when he...
When he is...
When he...
It's so funny how he kind of worked out that deal in an episode where Reboot showed up and made them do dance.
That didn't happen.
That did happen.
Speaking
it was a good
of fucking
episode.
Things that aren't happening, when the fuck...
What isn't it?
Is Ultra Galaxy gonna happen?
I'm
tired of waiting for that shit.
I mean, it's coming out on DVD, so
I
think it
buying
happens.
a fucking DVD. I can't stream that shit.
No, I know.
Actually, I will buy it. I will buy it, but
yeah, I had a look to see. And yeah, there's one episode.
There was like one limited time paid streaming of it that I don't think was subtitled. It either wasn't subtitled or I think it was the English dub, and I'm not fucking watching the goddamn English dub.
No,
this
for
isn't
real.
Yeah, it was dub only.
Dub only.
That's what I thought.
Sick.
I'm not fucking watching
Fuck that.
The Bond.
That's fucked up. The Bond.
I'm having some trouble with the Bond.
You're praised as Ultraman number 6.
What's wrong, Tregear?
What's the matter, Tregear?
I don't even I can't even do the lines right because I hate it so goddamn much.
It's so fucked.
What's the matter, Tregear?
You know what's so funny is that Trigger was still coming out in a way that you can, that you could just watch, for free and subtitled, and they had fucking Absolute Tartarus and Absolute Diavolo and Reboot,
fucking douchebag,
absolute dickheads, show up for multiple important episodes of the show. And then it's like, okay, so make sure you watch Absolute, the Destined Crossroads. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot.
I'm not. The thing is that I'm not streaming the fucking English dub.
No, Jesus.
The thing is that I don't mind paying for these things necessarily.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons of Ultraman on DVD in my house. But I'm not paying for the dub.
Yeah, the dub is not worth paying for.
I'm certainly not paying to rent it. Do you know I had to rent Street Fighter when we watched it? Well,
I did. It was on YouTube, right?
It's on YouTube. Usually I used Plex for these kind of things, but it wasn't on my Plex server that I borrow from my mother-in-law. And I wasn't going to ask whoever actually owns the server to put Street fucking Fighter on there. And the reason that I didn't just watch it from some, dingy watch site is because I wanted subtitles, because I care about you guys being able to see what's going on in the fucking movie.
Which I very much appreciate.
I care about those kind of things. It's hard for me to watch things without subtitles.
Yeah.
And Plex has subtitles, but it wasn't on Plex. So I had to go on YouTube and rent Street Fighter for $3.99.
You know what? Money well spent.
Electric Manga! Electric Manga Sub-Zero!
I went and watched that. I had to experience the fucking the bit from Bison at the end, his last line, because it's so fucking good. Where he's like, "And I beheld Satan."
And I beheld. I didn't even remember that until we watched that movie.
I didn't either. My jaw was hanging open when he said that shit. I was like, "What? How is this not one that gets fucking?" Because like, of course, and stuff was such a thing. Of course, that was everywhere. That was all over the place, and no one ever talks about the bit where he just takes a bite out of the fucking camera.
Yes.
What? Oh dear. Oh heavens. Yes. Oh god, yes.
By any means necessary, Daichi.
By any means necessary. Fuck yes. Oh my god.
Yes.
God, yes.
No, it looks great. It looks fine.
Oh. It's I was gonna say I love the high shoulder line. It's
it looks
so
great.
Fucking good. It's so good. By any means necessary.
When is the rest of Dear Gaga gonna come out? That's the only thing that can save Revice at this point.
Midway through next season.
Yeah, seriously.
It's gonna end. But
yeah,
there is no next season.
We can go and watch. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say we can go and watch Kamen Rider Veil, but I keep forgetting that the fucking actors are different.
They are. I get it. I get it because it's
a flashback. I get it. Every time I'm like, dude, if they can't even get the motherfucker's actor for the actual show, there's no fucking way they're gonna get him for this fucking V-Sync bullshit. But every time I'm like, oh man, he's actually so good. No, he's not in it.
He's not in it. We get the one episode with Deathstream that was so good, and that's it.
That was really gonna be the peak, not of the whole show, but of like the end of the show.
Yeah,
I feel like we said that like the show's.
I think we knew because it had been such a fucking headache for ages already, and then that came out of nowhere, and then the next time preview it was like, okay, we just had to get that out of the way because the writer had been cooking that one for a while, and he was like, we gotta ship it now, otherwise we're not gonna have time, and then it's like right back to business as usual.
Fucking. I feel like I don't want to go back. I mean, I'm not going to because I'm lazy, but I feel like going back, we looked at that and we were like, either this episode is the turnaround point and this momentum can actually carry the rest of the show, or this is it and we've peaked right here and everything else is downhill. And boy, we'll rewrite.
Yeah, it was it was not 50-50. It was stacked the way it's ended up.
Hard. And by the way, I did see people say in chat, we say this every week, but it has been confirmed that this show is going for 50 fucking episodes, so we have 6 more fucking weeks before we can engage in the majesty of Kamen Rider Geats.
By the way,
sounds like a
6
knockoff.
weeks before it starts, and we haven't seen dick all except a logo.
I think people were saying in the chat earlier that there's supposed to be a conference this week or next week. 6 episode Ulteka arc. I mean, to be fair, we do probably have enough stuff to pad out those 6 weeks. We still have to figure out how we're gonna fix Iki.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
having memories or whatever. Unconfirmed this speculation that episode 50 might be a crossover epilogue. That would make sense. We've been doing those a lot.
Yeah. So 49 episodes and a 50.
I don't really mind. I mean, honestly,
That's
I
fine.
don't.
Yeah, I don't. I can take 1 episode less.
So we've got 5 episodes to wrap this nonsense up.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll manage.
What if we don't? And also, I guess the movie is not post-season, apparently. So that'll... It just means that the movie's fucking inconsequential.
Well, yeah, that's figures. I don't give a shit about the movie.
People said it, but it really did. Like, the movie really did spoil.
Yeah.
Every single every single thing of the last like 4 weeks that was like a huge thing was already spoiled by that movie, by that trailer coming out, which confirmed Deathstream and that it's what's his name, the dad, and that
Oh yeah,
that evil would come back.
yeah,
Um,
awesome.
and it's like, yeah, I already knew that
But
because it's Common Rider. Oh, also Olteka. I honest to God didn't even see him in that trailer.
is he in the movie?
Apparently,
Oy,
that's
whatever.
what people were saying earlier. I honest to God didn't even see him in the trailer. Like it already confirmed those things. Like it's not a huge deal because like it was obvious who the new writer would be, and it's obvious that you know evil was coming back. Like I'm not mad that I got spoiled or whatever, but it's like it kind of buzzkills the point. Like when you're watching something, hi Itsuji, when you're watching something like shonen battle nonsense bullshit like this, or like whatever, like if you're watching a fight and the protagonist is in the fight and it's like a shonen battle anime or whatever, right? You know, like you know the good, like you know the protagonist is gonna win the fight because that's what he does. It's not like a question. You know that it's going to happen. But if you're in the middle of watching it and someone just came up to you and be like, hey, by the way, he wins the fight, and you're like, okay, thanks.
I mean, yeah,
Dick.
I knew, but like
I already knew that, but you're killing my suspension of disbelief here. Like, you know,
I'm now very not invested.
If in the middle of the fucking stuff with Daiji, if somebody just come up, like somebody just walked on screen like a narrator and said, by the way this arc is going to resolve itself is that evil will come back, and then just walked off, you'd be like, okay, now I don't need to watch it, like, cause even though I already knew or like suspected that was going to happen, having it outright confirmed in your face undeniably is like, okay, that's lame. It's spoilers even if it's not actually like a shock, you know?
Yeah, it still changes your perception to know.
It still kills your buzz when you're like, okay, cool.
So I know what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, right. Trailer made it seem like the stream would be mom.
It actually kind of did a little bit.
Did it?
Not really, but like I can see completely where that came from because there was a bit in the trailer where it's like, oh, she's having a camera focus kind of like pull back to an action shot moment. And it's like I can see that being a henchman.
I didn't watch the trailer until I already know it wasn't going to be her.
All right, yeah, that'll change it.
And so
I can see where it came from.
And I was like, yeah, okay, obviously that's not. I don't know. I can see how you guys might have thought that, but
yeah,
that's obviously not what I got from the trailer since I already knew that it wouldn't be her. That would be crazy.
Would be.
Although I guess
like 3 female writers in one show
definitely makes the amount of sense that it makes to have every single member of the family be a writer.
Yeah, right.
But
like I
is
get
not
it.
happening.
No, I mean she hasn't got the gift DNA, so.
Oh yeah, right.
Like that matters because the fucking demon squad.
Yeah, right. Or
they were so worth making in like the last
demon squad,
fucking
or
10 episodes
over
of the
demons,
show.
or Hana.
Yeah, who has no demon?
Who has no demon?
Because we killed it.
But
or if she ever had one.
Well, these things aren't well established, so it doesn't matter.
These things aren't well established, so it doesn't matter. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Making mom write would make sense. You know, I'm glad that Homeboy is so feminist about this. But man, I wish he was a good writer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he has the you know, the gumption, the fucking, he's got the fucking drive, but he does not have the skill. His fucking eyes are bigger than his stomach.
Yeah, something's gone. Something like just got
Something
severely
went wrong.
misaligned.
Something went fucking wrong. I'm not.
Something.
Maybe I shouldn't
Who
necessarily
knows
blame
what?
him.
Yeah.
But something obviously did not went wrong. And even if it's because he wasn't like, if the format wasn't working for him or he wasn't ready, like if it's not like, he should have support from Toei. Like,
yeah,
do they
like
just
do
they just throw him out
thing.
there and be like, go fucking figure it out, dickhead?
I bet they're really fucking like. I bet it's not fun to do this at all.
No, I don't think.
I bet you get dickle support.
Yeah, I guess
if you're
not.
like,
all you probably get is just fucking orders from Bandai.
Yeah, the
telling
mandates. You put
that
this
this
in
toy
now.
needs to be in this episode, or else you're gonna have to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Don Kaito, what was wrong with him? What is wrong with him? He's just being funny.
He's just been. I can't believe that the fucking picture book thing is in the next episode well.
I guess maybe we're gonna start doing something with him.
That would be nice.
I've kind of forgotten that, like, I've stopped caring about, like, what is he doing here? Why is he the real Kaito, or like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit at this point. He's just funny. Every time it just does a reaction shot to him, it's funny.
Yeah. Complete deadpanning.
I don't give a shit if that's real Kaito, or if, like, their version of Kaito, or if it's actually God Kaito. Actually, I would hate that if it was him.
I would actually hate it,
because I hate that character. At least if it's Don Kaito, at least, or if it's God Kaito and that is him, at least maybe he'll be bearable without that fucking sing-songy, cheery shit that he used to do.
Yeah,
fucking hated
I like
that.
this delivery. I like this delivery for him.
I fucking hated that shit. It was so obnoxious. It was terrible with Stacy too. No offense to Mr. Thought, but his acting as that character was terrible.
Yeah, which, I mean, I get it, because how do you possibly?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really.
That was the worst thing Zenkaiger did by a mile.
And the way that they were saying that character was always in the show. I swear to God, I feel like that has to be, like, mistranslated or, like,
There's
something.
no fucking way. There's
like,
no way.
There's I don't know if that was meant to imply, like, this character was something that we had written down in the storybook for the show at day one. We had always planned for this, or
no
like
fucking shots.
Or like, is it this character existed in the lore, or something? Like, I don't know.
Who knows? Also, that's the thing. You never know where an Inoue adventure is going, because that man does whatever he wants.
I don't know if I would accuse him of stalling necessarily.
No, I don't think he's. No, I don't think he's stalling. Really, he just does stuff when it interests him. He's very free spirited as a writer.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think he's stalling, and I think he probably has an idea of what he's doing. I think he's just waiting for things to happen.
He's got an idea. I mean, he is a very experienced writer in this field.
No, he's not. He's
okay. Not in Sentai.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is his second ever Sentai.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Bestials thing because it's boring.
And it hasn't come up for a minute.
I keep forgetting about it because they don't remind me about it enough, and I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm way more interested in the Cerebrans.
Yeah. Fashion leader.
The brain people.
The brain people.
Also, mostly I just get bored when they actually do try to talk about the lore, because since Inoue just refuses to actually just say what the fuck is actually going on with these, like, what's going on, and they always just talk in they always just talk in circles and, like, give you half truths. When they're like the Bestials and the brain people and the whatever Momotaro's race is, and like the sword and the whatever, and it's like, I have no basis for which to care about these things.
Yeah, like, is the council important?
It's so impenetrable that I don't, like, because nobody will just sit down. And I'm not like, at this point, I kind of do have to ask that I be sit down and explained what the hell is going on. Like, all this, like, it doesn't feel like it's something I'm meant to even care about.
No.
It
No,
feels
it's
like
not
it's something
prioritized at
else that's
all.
happening that I don't like need to know or care about. Eventually, I guess I will, but
Yeah,
right now
it'll
it's
come up.
like
Yeah,
right now
but
I'm
it's
just
not.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
None of these
it's
things.
fine to just have like the mentions to them here and there
I
because
mean, I
it means
guess it's
when
fine
it
to
comes
let
up
it come up
later.
naturally, but we're 20 episodes into the show, and I don't even understand what the central conflict is.
That's true. We are. I kind of forget how far in we are, but yeah, there really isn't like a thing going on.
Every week, a thing happens, and there's some antics. Now I sound like Zenkaiger when I say that, but this is better than that. But like,
This is definitely.
like every week, a thing happens, and they just do the Sentai stuff. Like, sure, they don't do the lineup and the roll call and like the all that nonsense, but
But they fight a monster.
they fight a
and do
monster every
finishes.
week, and maybe somebody has a personal lesson or a little adventure.
Yeah.
There is no overarching plot, and like I literally couldn't tell you what the actual conflict in this show is. There's the Dawn clan, and they're all gone except for this one guy and maybe Jiro, but I'm not sure if he's
Yeah.
just a freak or he's also from the Dawn clan. He seems to
Did
know
arrive in a
Momo
peach.
Itaro.
Yeah.
He knows who he is. So I guess he's also from there. And then there's the
points
brain
thing.
people, and they are mortal enemies with the Dawn clan because I don't remember. And then there's also the Bestials, who are also their enemies, and I don't know why. And some of the characters are secretly these Bestials, and I don't know what that has to do with anything. And also, Momoe's dad is in prison.
He's like the keeper of something.
And
They mentioned
Kaito is here, and I still don't really know what's with the Avatar stuff, like in connection to the actual plot.
Yeah.
And people's strong desires turn them into monsters, which seems unrelated actually to the central conflict.
Yeah, that kind of just happens.
Except for in episode 1 when the blue guy turned somebody into one. Do you remember that? All the way, I forgot that until I read it on the wiki, but all the way back in the first episode, or the first cut, one of the first episodes, one of the blue guy, what's his name?
Sonoi
turned somebody into the Ryu Soldier monster.
Yes.
And then tried to kill him. That might have just been early show weirdness. Oh, you're right, it might be, but
Probably,
they haven't clarified. I mean, he's never done it again, so I assume that was just early show weirdness.
Yeah. Sometimes people get little doors in their heads.
People get little doors in their heads. The brain,
also the whole
the Cerebrans are killing people who turn into the monsters, except they don't really seem to even care about doing that anymore.
Yeah. And they don't really die, they go to cube hell.
Yeah. It's all what I'm getting at is that
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but none of it is ever but I'm not really asking for it to be a focus on this, because I enjoy what we're getting, but
yeah,
it's why when the actual plot comes up and they're like, the Bestials are doing this, Donbrothers Same, how did it get a consciousness? I'm like, who gives a shit? He's gonna turn into Abra Killer next week, and that's way more interesting to me.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fine. I'm fine for the plot, and it's the thing is, there's loads of bits of plot, but none of it actually comes together to make a whole plot.
Yeah,
there's lots of things that would be part of a plot if it were connected, but they're just kind of out there, which is fine. It works. It's fun television. I'm enjoying it, but
it doesn't feel overwhelming in comparison to Revice. It doesn't feel overwhelming because it doesn't weigh on my mind at all. I literally just ignore it, is the thing for me.
It straight up doesn't matter, because the week to week is entertaining and interesting enough.
Yeah.
And the character work is is really good in this.
That's the thing is when you have a show that does a week just whatever it wants on a week to week, you don't have to worry about the plot being bad because that's not what you're here for. That's not what keeps you coming back. It's ancillary to the actual point.
It's weird how describing what Donbrothers is doing does make it sound a lot like Zenkaija.
It makes it sound bad, but
It does, but it's good. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
Because like, there's enough going on besides like look at a thing that happens that it's like okay. Honestly, the least interesting stuff has been the stuff that's focused more on like not necessarily on plot, but like when Taro got killed and they had to rescue him. That wasn't particularly interesting.
No,
really.
We were still reeling from the homosexuality of that.
Jesus, the duet, by the way.
Yeah.
Inoue has not lost his touch with this.
The thing that makes this good and Zenkaiju not is that this show, every episode might be crazy like goofy stuff, but it's still like there are still characters who act in ways that there are characters. Period.
Yeah, that's the big.
The Donbrothers are fucking characters. They all get an appropriate amount of screen time. They all have things that motivate them. They have like actual things to do. Not really in fights. That's really becoming a problem.
It kind of is like this episode kind of put a fucking unfortunately sharp spotlight on the fact that it's like Taro literally does not need them. They are not necessary to his process at all. Don Onitaijin is not really has not got any reason to exist over Don Zenkaio, beside the fact it's a better toy.
Yeah.
He was able to do this shit just fine by himself, and still is really.
It's really become a problem. Like I'm not even talking about character wise, but like in
fights.
In the actual fight scenes, this was also a problem in Zenkaiju where it was just the characters who aren't the red, like the main, just don't really. I mean, they do the bare minimum participation in fights, you know, especially because in this show we barely ever use the like goofball the mooks, the grunts, the goons. We don't use the
they
goons.
Don't come up much.
We barely use them in Zenkaiju too. So like everybody who's not the main character doesn't have anything to do in fights. You know, they take a few swings, they get hit, and like the fights in Zenkaiju really just boil down to, or in Donbrothers, but also in Zenkaiju is like they just slap each other around for a bit and then they just do the super.
That's kind of it. Yeah,
in other Sentais they would actually fight and like actually win the fight and then do the super.
Yeah, that's the thing. The super is supposed to be a finishing move. You kind of can't just go into that without it feeling a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like it's like throwing a Pokeball, you know, there has to be some lead up to that. I
really get the impression that in a way is negative interested in actually doing compelling fight scenes or fight choreography, or whoever his director is either doesn't care or doesn't have room to maneuver to do these things in the scripts. But like you know, Kira Major and a lot of other more recent Sentai have had like good fight scenes, good mech scenes, like compelling action in them. Zenkaiju never did, and Donbrothers doesn't really.
No.
It's unfortunate. I mean, thankfully...
It doesn't...
Go ahead.
It doesn't help that, like we were saying, the monsters are kind of just unrelated to everything.
Yeah.
Like, the episodes aren't ever really about... Because the main thing is with the brain people, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the big kind of dynamic between the Donbrothers, between Taro and them. And then the monsters are just kind of there, so it can't ever be, like, about them at all. Like, I'm thinking, because you said Kira Major, I'm thinking, like, Vice Mask, right? Like, the episode was fucking about Vice Mask.
Cool
like,
guy.
That was...
Actually, it was about the coolest guy you've ever known.
It was about the fucking... Oh, Jesus. Shigeru, my man. But the thing is, like, that was a thing that happened in the first fight against the monster and was relevant all the way through the episode and gets resolved in the last fight.
Sorry.
Like, that's it. That's the whole thing. It's just not what we're doing with them in this.
No,
like,
Mysterio
the monsters are entirely ancillary to all this.
Mysterio's absolutely right. Is that like back in the day, up until quite recently, like every monster was like a puzzle that you had to solve to beat it. That happens a lot in Sentai. Until Sentai started changing the formula where it's not necessarily about the monster anymore. Like Kira Major does this excellently. There's every Kira Major monster isn't just something you beat up. They had to figure out how to beat it, whether it was like a gag or an actual or either it was like they had to figure out a way to beat it, or they had to do like in the Shigeru episode, like they had to deal with what it was doing. Not even necessarily like in the Zenkaiju way, where they had to deal with like a fucking bull coming and jizzing all over everything, which they didn't really deal with. Like they had to deal with Shigeru's personality getting in the way of like the resulting fallout of him being like attacked by the monster shit. Lupat did this really well, where they had to deal with whatever the monster's fucking ability was, or its Lupin collection piece, in addition to whatever like character drama of the week there was, but now in Donbrothers, the monster is just a thing that they beat up because the genre demands that there be an action scene, no matter how half-assed it is. And that's not necessarily to say that one is better than the other, but it does make the actual action scenes just point like it. I literally could just take a nap. Yeah, they're boring. They're boring to watch. They add nothing, because when they beat the monster, it's just a thing that happens instead of like the catharsis of like them overcoming a problem. Yeah, it makes the monsters of the week feel unmemorable and totally skippable, especially in regards to the giant monster fights. And it's I guess it's the trade-off you have to make with someone like Inoue, and by someone like Inoue I mean that's just Inoue. It's the trade-off that you make for his style of character drama writing, like his J-drama style. But it's boring, there's no action in Donbrothers. It keeps me entertained with the characters, but the action's fucking ass.
It's just not
is there really no way that I can have a happy medium with both?
Yeah, because it feels like this is a balance we've recently kind of lost.
But see, Zenkaiju, it wasn't even like Zenkaiju wasn't we have to solve the puzzle of how to beat the monster. Zenkaiju was just the monster does antics until we do an antic that's funnier. Yeah. And then we beat it. Like, Zenkaiju never came off handling its monsters the same way that, like, Kira Major did it, where, like, they had... Like, there were specific things they had to do to beat the monster. Zenkaiju was just like, and this is Diamond World. He makes them say Diamond. They didn't beat him in a special way. They just shot lasers at him until he died. Yeah. Their solution to beating the, like, Headwind World was just to run backwards until they kicked it and it fell on its ass, and then they shot it with a big laser.
That's it.
The solution to beating Dried Promiscuous World was they drank some water and then they shot it with a big fucking laser.
There you go.
That's it. That was the whole fucking fight. To be fair, that fight they were also introducing the Zenkai Cannon and Hakaiser, but like you get my point. Like none of the fights are varied or interesting. It's just like the monster does things until it's time for us to beat him. The clock hits. The clock hits is 18 minutes. We've passed 18 minutes of the episode. The monster has to die now.
That's literally. It's like he's just gonna stay around causing problems until it's close enough to the end that we can get away with destroying it.
Yeah, you know.
Also, Rob, I would say it's not really a question of the choreography because the choreography's fine. It's
I mean,
been like it has been like fine stunt work. It's not like the physical action is boring. It's
maybe.
just completely disconnected from the character stuff, so it means absolutely nothing. And for as impressive as the stunt work, and obviously as important as that is in Toku, it doesn't mean anything to me
I haven't
to
really.
see this fight happen if it's completely unrelated to the show I've been watching for the last 15 minutes.
I honestly
It's
am not crazy impressed with the. I mean, like on a technical
it's
level, they're doing fine, and like
yeah,
Taro's
it's
suit actor's
fine.
doing great. But like, what is Haruka doing on a daily basis? She swings her
Yeah.
flail like twice, or she does the stock footage of jumping and shooting missiles from it. Sonoi
Yeah.
or but that's where it all is Momotaro and Sonoi, doing their sword
Yeah.
fights. Like, Haruka doesn't do much in fights, and fucking Monkey Man doesn't really do shit either.
No.
Sometimes they shoot their guns a little bit.
That's about it. Yeah.
I mean, they're not doing hard hits. They're not taking fights. In Kira Major,
No.
like everybody gets their times to take fights. They're not taking fights. They
Yeah.
get slapped around for a bit until Momo Itaro shows up, and he slaps the monster around like 3 times, and then he does his Satsuogi, and then that's it. It's boring.
Yeah.
Like I can't say there's any fight with a monster of the week in Donbrothers that I haven't been bored during.
Yeah. Kind of none of them particularly stand out.
But this is
For
this is almost minor because the strengths of is like that's not the strength of the show. It's just
yeah.
it
Yeah.
just seems to be a bummer that that's not. The action
Yeah.
is what makes tokusatsu. Otherwise, we could just be watching a fucking J drama
Yeah. Which I
about
know is
weird
in a way.
people.
Yeah.
If the action isn't prioritized to some degree and there's not a reason for me to watch them being superheroes, why am I
It's not
watching
really.
a superhero show?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah. And
get.
again, it's fine. It doesn't bother me in the moment.
No, it doesn't bother me that
particularly.
much. I'm just like
Yeah.
airing my grievances at this point.
Yeah, and I think this episode was a bit unfortunate for being like, oh, the team has to get on without Taro, and then it's like, oh, but Taro was secretly the one doing it the whole time, like that. Like they kind of tried to frame that like it was a bit of an exception, but he literally always is the one doing it.
Yeah. Maybe.
And that was it. It kind of drew too much attention. So now I'm just thinking about it, like, yeah, it's not a very balanced team at all.
I feel like maybe that's just in a way just throwing a bone to Bandai. They're like, we need to make sure that kids are buying the Red Rangers stuff, and he's like, all right, here's the action scene, just do whatever you want. That's not what I care about. Like it really comes through that it's not shit that Inoue gives a fuck about.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Which is why I uncharitably tell him to just write fucking J-drama and get out of my goddamn genre. If you don't like action, why are you fucking writing for a children's action cartoon? But I'm inclined to hold my tongue since I like Donbrothers. I mean, it's based on the Tale of Modes. I mean, I know it's based. I know that it's based, but it's a Super Sentai for Christ's sake.
Yeah, like there's.
It's based on fucking Super Sentai. I come here to watch a team of heroes fight, not one guy. I hope it's Gundam manga comes out and gets sucked and concealed. It's like, fuck him. Are they using the actual mech suits? Oh yeah, I mean, they use them fine enough. He does like she's being a hero. That's true. I guess that is true.
Yeah,
He
no,
really can't
again,
divorce Inoue's writing from.
No,
he
needs the other thing.
I just wish he would care more about the full package.
Yeah, he is habitually disinterested in action, like always.
It's
because I'm thinking about Agito, I'm thinking about Fires. It's like this shit does not matter. at all. I was seeing people talking about Agito
Yeah,
in the
sorry,
chat. It's
I've
like
been ignoring what you guys are saying about Agito because
yeah.
y'all was just talking amongst yourselves.
Having a conversation. Yeah, but no, for real, the monster, like the unknown in that, whatever, super don't matter.
Yeah.
You like they introduce it as like, oh, they kill people in weird and puzzling ways. Maybe we need to work. No, just kill them.
Just kill him.
Whatever.
I feel
Just
like
kill
it
him.
worked better in Agito because
It was fine in
the
Agito. Yeah,
character
it's so...
stuff. I don't know, for some reason it didn't bother me as much as Agito.
No.
Because
Well, because that's Rider as well, so you're literally expected to. You only need to focus on the fight with one guy.
yeah.
Whereas in a Sentai, it's like, well, we've got 4 dudes hanging around, not really doing anything.
Yeah.
You notice it more in a Sentai because you're like, it kind of is expected to like find something legitimate for the team to do.
Yeah. Hi. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. Like,
yeah.
It's like it's not a deal breaker. It doesn't matter that much. It bothers me because I love action. Like I like action in Toku. I like watching cool hype as fuck fight scenes. But it's not enough to get me to stop watching Donbrothers or like subtract really any points from it, because everything else about the show is compelling. The characters have their like. It's not like you can't accuse Donbrothers of that like red. What did we used to call it? Red bias or whatever. I don't know. Do you remember when people used to complain about the Red Ranger being the main character?
Yeah. Which it's just endemic of the thing, isn't it?
It's just gonna happen. People be like, "Oh, the Red Ranger gets all the power ups, and he's the coolest character." He's the fucking protagonist. He's the fucking Red Ranger.
Of course he's gonna.
But you can't,
unless you're like fucking Zenkaiger or Jaka, where the red is not.
Yeah. But
no.
But in this case, you genuinely can't accuse Donbrothers of red bias because it isn't there.
No,
I would honestly say he doesn't get. I wouldn't say not get enough. I think in terms of raw screen time, he's actually on screen less than the other characters, like the other 3.
Yeah. World's first 4-man Sentai, by the way.
We need to do something about Indy Brother. It's getting dire.
Yeah, I do love the fact they wrote him into the fucking training scene for 1 second, and then he was like, "Fuck this," actually.
Every character in Donbrothers feels like they could lead their own spin-off. You can't say that shit about Ryusou Green. Now, why would you single out Ryusou Green like that?
All people to single out, you single out Ryusou Green.
Now, that's true, because I don't even know who that guy is.
I know him because when him and...
What's his name?
I don't know that.
Fuck off! What's his fucking name?
Okay. Fuck me, he actually is the only one of the resources whose name I don't know.
Toa,
I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got it either.
I didn't know. I know Bamba.
I know. I was gonna say I know Ko, I know Bamba, I know Melts, I know Asuna, and I know Kanalo, and I didn't know Toa's name. The thing I know about him is when him and Bamba showed up, they were like murder guys. They were fine with killing people.
He's just an orbiting character for Bamba.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, like when Bamba's there and you're attached to him, you're gonna be lesser.
No, I know what you mean. Everybody in Donbrothers is exceptionally well written. It feels like a Gokaiger in here. It feels like a Jetman. No, it doesn't.
It's like...
I mean, no, to be fair, Jetman did have very distinct, well-written characters.
Yeah.
Every character held their own in Jetman, which is why it was so popular.
It's going to be
the characters
awesome
were compelling.
It's going to be awesome when Inu Brother gets stabbed in the last episode.
Yes! And nobody ever knows who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck, I want them to keep it going for the whole show.
At this point, I don't want it to ever end.
Yeah, I want them to keep... I want them to do what they did in this episode where they keep contriving ways to pull him into what the other characters are doing just by chance. And then him just be like, the cops, and leave.
And then just leave.
So funny for that. Everyone does hate each other.
Everyone does hate it. That's not true. Fucking Haruka and fuck, what's Saru brother's name? I love him, but I can't remember his name. They're besties, is what I'm getting.
They
at.
are.
They are fucking
They
BFFs forever.
developed at some point, and
Best
then it's just like
friend
it stayed
burger.
that way. Best friend burger. You BFF. Best friend burger. It's the thing is, it does kind of pair off because Kijino and
Inuzaki.
Jesus, Inuzaka, yeah.
Yeah, they always,
whenever they have scenes together, it's like they're always having a thing.
they are BFFs.
It's a dollar sign.
They're butt buddies.
There's
It's also
something.
because every time he shows up to a fight late, fucking Kiji brother always turns to him to try to explain what's going on.
Yeah,
it's always him. I noticed it in this episode. Like he always like
it's like,
turns
the
around
bad
and
guy's
be like,
over there.
"Oh, doggy-san, the bad guy's over there," and then he gets fucking deleted.
He got fucked up so bad.
He got fucked for that.
They are sharing a wife. That's right.
That's true.
What is going on there? What
is going on there?
Never mind.
What does he mean by this?
What does he mean by that? And then it's Taro. It's so funny that he didn't know about what was going on with Kaito either. I really assumed they had this conversation before.
Yeah, I assumed they knew each other.
He was like, I always meant to ask, what the fuck is
who are you, by the way?
By
the way, who are you?
By the way, wait, before we start.
I would love everybody else to be like, well, you don't fucking know this guy either?
Wait, don't you like work?
Do you know this guy? No. What?
No. He never met him before the start of the show.
You don't know him? I thought he was your guy. No.
Yeah, no. Never met him before.
I need to watch. I need next week to come very fast because I need to know. That's the. You know what? That's the lore I am interested in. How are their former Donbrothers?
This is something because I thought the whole point was you can't quit unless you set.
You can't quit unless you find a replacement.
Yeah, save up enough points and then you can buy out of it.
You can buy out and get a replacement.
Because that's what Haruka did.
That's what Haruka did, but
did this guy do that?
I guess so.
Was there a whole other team, or was it just him?
That's what I want to know. Like, was it just him and Momo? Like, he never mentioned anyone else. I assumed that they all died because he said that the only way you can stop being a Donbrother is to buy out or die.
The system of being... The fact that Donbrothers is not a thing you choose to be a part of.
You are chosen. You have
and
chosen
also, you
or
don't matter
chosen.
at all. You're not like a chosen one. You've just... It's a...
You're just a guy.
You've been fucking drafted.
You have
into
a pun
the
in your name, dickhead. Let's go.
That's it. Yeah.
Does he remember? He forgot about Haruka. I don't know. Maybe... I mean, Haruka kind of bought out illegitimately. If I understand the impression.
Think?
Well, I guess maybe he won't remember. Well, because Haruka remembered being Oni's sister, but nobody remembered her.
Yes.
So I guess it's possible that this guy remembers being Sour Brother, but
no one else
won't remember like fighting with him or whatever.
That's fucked up. What happened to the rest of them?
Yeah.
It is so compelling that being a Donbrother is like a thing that happens to you.
I'm always compelled by like the former, like the prior version of your identity.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the original, like it's something that I would have liked more in Saber. I think if they had like done more with it.
God.
This is the legacy of the original Saber, or the first Blades, the first Espada.
Yeah.
The prior. I didn't like it in Saber because I didn't like the way that they did it in Saber necessarily.
Yeah. They did that in Ryu Soldier as well, didn't they?
They did do that in Ryu Soldier as well.
Master Black, who was he?
Time Red.
Time Red, that's right.
Time Red? There were a lot of people. Like every one of those people was like
someone else.
Batman
I think
Beyond
Master Black was the last one to show up.
Batman Beyond was king of that shit. That's exactly the fucking shit I'm talking about. That's why I love that shit. Is because that show fucking formatted in my brain.
Yeah, now it's in there now that's a cool thing to happen.
Red, Blue, and Pink were all from they were all from fucking Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. Fuck for that. You were fucked for that.
God. And then it was Time Red.
Only Rob would appreciate that.
Fucking just for Rob.
That was just for Rob.
Awesome though, so good.
So funny.
So funny. Tuxedo Mask.
Oh.
Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon. Jesus. God. Funny.
Fucking silly.
Funny.
The producer also... Okay, it was the producer. I was like, I know it wasn't the writer, because that was fucking Kobayashi.
Boy.
Children was dead, lol.
I was thinking, Green wasn't there. Black pulled double duty for those two, didn't they?
Well, like we've already discussed, Toa wasn't a character.
Yeah. No, they came as a pair. Toa didn't have enough going on.
No, it's interesting. I liked the way that it was handled in Shinkenger, where there were several prior versions of the Shinkenger team before them.
Yeah, it's always good when like a Sentai team's like a hereditary thing almost.
Yeah.
Where there is like a lineage of
There's
it.
a lineage of like, this is what they do that sometimes in Precure even. Actually, there's several seasons of Precure where they were like, you are not the first team of this. Like Go Princess did that, where there was one episode where they met their original versions of who they are now, like their Cure counterparts. Like they met the former versions of who held those roles before. It was fucking crazy. And actually, what else really formatted me to this was that in Happiness in Heartcatch, they literally go to like the fucking temple of Precure, where there are like dozens and dozens of former Cures from like all of fucking human history.
Jesus.
Like only none of them active anymore, but like they see like when they go there to like obtain more power, and like the lore being that like when Precures go to that temple and like prove themselves to it, it creates a statue of them. So there's like dozens of statues of former Cures who spent parts of their lives like defending Earth from whatever, I don't remember. And then that season's Cures also get added to it. And the main Cure's grandmother was a Cure before her.
Oh, that's so good.
And she's not active anymore. She comes out of retirement for one episode, but like it's like in her case it's a legacy, and like it like seeing that like you are the latest, like having your like title heroes be like the latest in an extremely long line of people who have been chosen to like defend Earth or whatever. It's fucking cool.
It is.
Also, their extra ranger was previously active before they were.
That's good.
She had her powers destroyed and then like came back and joined their team. So like she was like from the prior generation and then like relapsed into the new one.
That's good.
And also she was a solo hero.
Nice.
Actually, most of the ones they showed on screen as prior Cures were all solo. Which is not typical. Except for Cure Echo, the only like active single Cure ever, because she's a movie exclusive character. she doesn't have a fucking team. Every time she shows up, she's always by herself. She doesn't have any teammates. She's the only one. She's the only active Precure hero who has no teammates. It's fucking funny, especially because her movie came out during Smile, and they had no extra hero. They could just put her in with Smile because her aesthetics match them, but they never do.
I'm thinking about it, by the way, Cougar technically does that as well.
Cougar,
in a way.
Yeah, it does because
Cougar.
With the original Cougar.
The fuck was his name? I know it's in there somewhere. It doesn't matter. Ricky, there you go.
I think.
The Mummy.
Yeah,
it's something like that.
It was a Googa.
That guy. It was a Googa. That fucking, like that whole opening scene.
Yeah.
Episode, that's the other one.
That shit really is funny as hell. My man beat the fuck out of them and just laid his ass to rest.
Yeah.
He just got in that coffin like, alright, I'm done.
He for real put all those motherfuckers in the ground and shoved Dagover in a box and lay on top of him.
He put those motherfuckers in the ground. He literally beat those motherfuckers to death and then immediately was like, I'm out.
That's it. Mini done.
The fuck out.
Put him in the coffin. Put me on top of him in the coffin. I will make sure he never starts fucking anything ever again.
And then he died.
And then he died. He was
alive.
Thing. He was alive. That's so fucked up.
Dagobah killed him. That like footage of Zero Go that they always show was him fucking killing that old man.
That's so fucked. Because like in the sarcophagus you see his hand move a little bit, and then he
rips the belt out. That's how he died.
Not even
he ripped the belt out of him.
Fucked. Which also means that Godai will presumably live forever in some capacity.
I guess. I mean, maybe you have to mummify yourself.
I mean, I don't know if you've necessarily got eternal life, but you don't die, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, he was in that coffin for so long that he couldn't like even defend himself. But
yeah, I don't necessarily know what his plan was there. He was counting on some.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I think he was just acting like a seal, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe he hoped that his people would like pass that down. Maybe.
Yeah.
Obviously, that got lost somewhere along the way.
You don't suppose that this says something like "Open this box and be cursed," do you?
You could have been a little more specific. That doesn't mean anything, dick.
I love that bit where, like, I don't know what the rank says. Like, hey, boss, the guy running the digger, like, you don't suppose this says, "Open this coffin to be cursed." And he's like, well, we already opened it.
Did they actually translate what that said?
No,
I'm sure they did. They translated goddamn so much shit. There were so many scenes in Kuga of them just sitting around a fucking Macintosh.
Oh yeah, with her on the fucking year 2000 Mac.
And remember how Revice went the same way? I don't.
I actually have never seen the opening of Revice. I started watching this when we started doing it, and I've never seen the second from before it. Which is actually true. Everyone tells me
you didn't miss anything.
Everything I heard. Yes, is the thing is that everything I've heard about the start of Revice makes it not sound like it was not.
You don't even like. I wouldn't even be like, oh, you should go to see it for like because they retconned everything anyway.
Yeah, nothing that happened at the start of the show matters.
Oh well, that's it's foreshadowing for Iki's resentment for his family and George this and that, but they retconned both of those things.
So fuck it.
You don't need to watch that shit. I'm not saying I condone it, but I'm not like. There's no point to going back to watching. Now there's no point now at this point to going back and watching. The first 12 episodes of Revice when functionally nothing in those episodes matters. If it was still important, I would make you go back and watch it, but it's fucking not.
Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah. I just realized I've run out of things to think about.
We're done.
You were going to say something, I think.
I was going to say that you started watching when Evil was around anyway. So
when I was going to say when Evil showed up, that whole thing where they went away on the family trip. That's when I came in.
That was the first crazy moment in that show when we hit him with that eeny meeny miny mo shit.
Jesus, I take it for granted already, but that's so fucked.
What was? I miss that. I miss those days when Kagura was just a huge hater.
Yeah,
and now he's like Daiji's conscious.
Yeah.
Now he's like the voice of reason for Daiji, but back in the day he used to be like, "Yeah, I'm waiting till your family is at the absolute happiest to fucking kill you." What a hater!
Like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna wait until you're having a really lovely time on vacation and kill your brother in cold fucking blood.
I'm gonna kill you in front of your parents.
Fuck him in front of your parents. Die.
That was also when Hiromi was just running around trying to find Evil to try to beat his ass.
Yeah, oh my god. Remember when fucking Evil, like, because the Deadmans were hanging out there as well, and then Evil just walks into the back room they're hanging out in and starts menacing Aguilera, and then Demons just fucking comes in out of nowhere. He had no reason to be there.
He had no reason to live. He has no reason to live at that part of the show than to just find, like, laser hunt down Evil and just beat his ass.
Fucking the second he came out, he was like, I know where that motherfucker is.
I gotta beat this dude's ass. Saber probably did work out with those rewrites, probably for the best. Maybe. I don't know. I don't. Did Saber get any major, like, obvious rewrites? I mean, like, the entire premise was
Beyond the
rewritten before the
structural,
show, but I don't feel like there was any mid-season, like, oh shit, we got to change everything stuff. It doesn't matter. I don't know who Saber is. Avalon. All right, you already got me on that one. You got me on that one.
Oh yeah.
You got me on that one. You true. True. That's actually why I stopped watching Saber, because I was so mad that didn't make any sense. I ranted super hard about it. And I was like, why the fuck? Because literally between the span of one episode, Calibur's motivation changed from wanting power from Avalon to revealing the traitor in the organization or whatever, and nothing that he did at any point during those first 12 episodes justified his motivation to reveal the traitor or whatever, considering that he was working with the enemy and beating his son to death.
Fucking funny.
Or his friend's son, right? He was actually dead.
Yeah, he was dead. Because he was one of the traitors, right? I think.
Yes, because Calibur corrupts you or something.
Was that? I actually didn't know that part. If that's true, because I was gonna say, can you believe that the guy who uses Dark Dragon was evil?
He wasn't evil.
No, it turns out you'd never guess it.
I think the thing was that the first Calibur also found out that there was a traitor in the organization, and then the first Saber perceived him as being perceived him as being a traitor and killed him. And
then he told him that there was actually
and then he realized the truth, and then
he'd already killed him. It's I'm speaking with a lot of confidence in my voice for someone who literally did not watch Saber. I do know the first Calibur was Kaido, though.
Oh, I know that, yeah.
I was so excited when I found out he was in it.
The funniest thing that the second Calibur ever did was when he told Soma that his biggest regret was saving his life as a child.
God, yes.
He's I wish I never saved your bitch ass fucker.
Actually, fuck you, you suck.
Fuck you, son of a bitch. I should have let you die as a child. He's what's wrong with you?
Hater supreme.
Why would you fucking say that?
Why would you say that? That's so fucked up. By the way, I'm actually one of the good guys. There's a traitor. But also, I wish you died when you were 10.
Saber's awesome.
Saber's fucking amazing. Never gonna watch it. Ever. Okay.
Alright, we're done.
We're done.
I'm not gonna raid because the only person I have up to raid is Pabs, and he's ending, and Corgi, but they're in the middle of spoiler in Sonya Files.
Oh, right.
So I'm gonna just let you guys go today. Y'all ain't gotta do no raids. I'll be back on Friday with Somnium, and Saturday is movie night. We're watching TMNT, or not, I should say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 movie, not any of the other ones.
The other awesome movie.
The third best movie from the 90s. No, not third best, the second best. Mortal Kombat, TMNT, Street Fighter.
We need to watch the Mortal Kombat.
That's next. I'm
excited.
That one's next.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that one's next. That one's next.
I'm very excited.
All right, everybody. Wait to see MPR movie. Oh, good point.
That's right. Actually, we really should.
Oh, we really shouldn't.
It's a terrible movie. I've watched it not that long ago. Fucking sucks.
Fucking frog. I'll watch it for you, Johnny Young Bosch.
Yes, for him and only for him.
This tastes terrible, but I'll eat it for you, Johnny. Yeah, we'll do that. Actually, Ooze is good in that movie too.
He is. He's fucking great. No, Ooze is awesome.
Can we just watch the Turbo movie?
Fuck, Turbo Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, Turbo Power Rangers movie.
Yes, that one fucking
we have to make sure it's the cut with the bit where what's her name? Divatox calls Rita.
Yes, I love that scene. That's one of my favorites fucking ever.
One of the best scenes.
So fucking good. So she fucking calls her on the phone.
She calls her ass on the phone.
Fucking great.
One of
The way Zed's got a fucking sleep mask on.
Legendary.
Fucking amazing. Rita, I need some help. I need to know how to defeat the Power Rangers. What? The line is so in my head because it was so like it's like the Power Rangers. If I knew how to do that, do you think I'd be lying here listening to this? And then holds the phone over by Zed, who's snoring like a fucking excavator.
It's just fucking hands it up.
That
scene served no purpose. Just to be fucking
Rita and
funny
Zed
as hell.
cameo.
Oh my god.
Fucking amazing.
And then they don't show up until in space.
Yep, fuck them.
And then they keep that in space when they show up again in space and they fucking hate each other.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, that's enough.
That's enough. No more.
Everybody get out. Thank you all for coming.
Leave. Run.
Thank you all for coming. I had to say it like Finana says it.
Yeah.
Coming. Bye, everybody.
I mean...
no, go ahead.
I was that bit was like, thank you all for coming. I mean, thank you all for coming, and emphasizes it way more. For coming. The Doom music one.
Okay, bye everybody. Bye. Get out.
Bye. Get out. Run.
Bye.
Go.